Namaskar and a very pleasant good afternoon to all of you. I, Sangeeta Kaul, on behalf of DELNET Developing Library Network New Delhi and Principal K.M. Kundnani College of Pharmacy, Mumbai, extends a very hearty welcome to each one of you for joining us today at the DELNET's webinar, which is centered around DELNET resources and services. I have profound privilege, firstly, in acknowledging at the very outset, acknowledging the immense support which has been extended by the college, the principal, Dr. Umrila Joshiji, the principal, Dr. Rajni Atwale, HOD and Professor Pharmaceutics, Mrs. Akanksha Singh, the assistant professor at the college, all the local organizing committee members, and also acknowledge the presence of all the HODs, the faculty members, and the dear students of Principal K.M. Kundnani College of Pharmacy. It's a profound privilege for us in organizing this webinar here today. And we also acknowledge the great partnership that we are having with the college since 14th of March, 2019. This webinar session has jointly been organized by DELNET and your esteemed college in order to make it sure that each one of you gets acquainted with the DELNET resources and services. DELNET, a network of libraries connecting more than 7,300 institutions, and we indeed feel very proud to have your college as a member of DELNET. We have got a very good response to this webinar, for which each one of you deserves a very, very special appreciation and warm, sincere thanks. Well, before I conduct the session, it's very happy to have Mrs. Akanksha Singh, who has been coordinating on behalf of the college in being there online with us. And it's a pleasure for me in requesting Mrs. Akanksha to kindly say a few words. It's over to you, Akanksha.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's my pleasure to have Dr. Sangeeta Kaul. She has been very active and always approachable whenever I have called her. Okay, so, on behalf of entire team KMK, first I would like you a very happy World Pharmacist Day. Today is our day, and it is like pleasurable to organize this e-resource webinar on today's eve, because we from the entire pandemic we all have been availing this internet resource, the online activities, everything is been online, and it is like on a very good day and very appropriate timing we have organized this. So I am looking forward to all of you to please avail this resource, okay, about e-journals, e-book, which today Dr. Sangeeta will be telling us about DELNET. We have this subscription from last 2 to 3 years, okay, and I want all of you to make best out of it and take the most benefit from it, okay. I welcome again to Dr. Sangeeta. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you very much, Akanksha. And thank you for apprising me. Today is we felt that it's a special day for us, but it's a special day to the entire world of pharmacy and to everyone who is getting immensely benefited with their vast expertise and experience and the contributions that all the pharmacists are doing to the world of medical sciences and the health sciences. So let me congratulate and let me also convey our warm, sincere best wishes to each one of you to be an agent in making the society a more healed society. You are the ones who are doing the healing of the society through your own vast expertise, and we are indeed very happy. I wasn't really aware about this fact that we are organizing this webinar today on this very special, momentous day, and I congratulate each one of you, and especially to the organizer. That was something which was not really shared with us, and but I'm really happy that this great surprise for us, and we really look forward and also to see to it that how we can keep on contributing to the world of your scholarly world, your world of expertise, and it's really indeed wonderful to know about it. So I would just firstly, before we start the session, I would just like to to let each one of you know that how we have really designed this entire session of 1 hour and what we all intend to do in this 1 hour duration. We are firstly would like to give you a little glimpse and to tell you firstly about this organization called DELNET, as being said by Mrs. Akanksha, that the college is a member of DELNET since March 2019. It's more than 2.5 years. since the college is a member, and we are here today to make you more aware about our resources and services. So firstly, we will give you some little insights into the organizational setup, who we are, what we have been doing, and what are our mission and vision with which this organization is working. And then we would like to show you online that how you, each one of you being a bona fide user of the college, can get benefited out of these services which are being availed by your institution as an institutional membership is being taken by Principal K.M. Kundnani College of Pharmacy. And then certainly we are going to have a QA session, which I really look forward to, because right now it's a one-sided communication which goes on, and it has to be always a bi-directional one. And that's the reason towards once we are through with our presentations, we would like to get engaged with each one of you, and we really want to make the session more interactive in nature. So please kindly do come forward, keep your queries ready with you, because we also would like to please do remember also, and especially today being as we are celebrating the World's Pharmacy Day, we are also here to get more insights from each one of you, your expectations. What are you looking for? What do you expect from the libraries to do? How do you want, the libraries to really come forward in helping you out? So we would really like to get engaged in more engaging dialogues towards the end of this presentation. And it's a profound privilege, once again, a welcome on behalf of DELNET New Delhi and also on behalf of your own college. And we are much, much happy to have this webinar being organized today. So firstly, would like to tell you about DELNET. Well, before we tell you and show you online our resources and services, as the name indicates, and well, before I do that, let me just quickly ask you one particular question, because that would give me an idea that from where all of you are coming from. That is, were you aware about DELNET services prior to this webinar? Well, before you received an invite copy from the organizers about this webinar, could you please let us know, were you aware about DELNET services and resources? Whether anyone, your counterparts, your faculty members, students, anyone, were you aware about us? Were you aware about it, how DELNET can play a part? We really request you, please give us a very candid feedback, because as we know, the surveys not always truly reflect. So that the reason is because sometimes we do try to please the other one, and we do give a kind of a not a very right impression. So we would truly appreciate, because that would help me in conducting the session in a more meaningful manner, as I would be able to make out that how many of you have already been exposed to the DELNET resources and services. Just to share with you the findings of this votings, 57% of you have voted, and as we could see that 81% of you have opined that you have not been knowing about the DELNET services and resources. That just justifies the very purpose of holding this webinar today. That figure is now 80 to 20%, and 80% no, you have not been aware, and 20% of you have been aware about it. But sometimes it happens that even while being aware, we are not fully knowing that how far one can get benefited out of the particular things. So I'm really very happy, because in a way this was a well required webinar, because as 80% of you have not been knowing about, though college is a member for past more than 2 years. So I must convey our very warm sincere thanks to the entire local organizing committee at your college for giving DELNET a chance to be there with each one of you and to make you more acquainted with our resources and services. So just to tell you in brief that DELNET is a library network, as the name says, DELNET Developing Library Network. So this net-like structure which works as a network, and we are the ones who specializes in networking the libraries. So this entire journey started way back in the year 1988 as a city-based library network with the name of DELNET Delhi Library Network. We got registered in the year 1992, and it is let me just also share with you that DELNET is a not-for-profit organization. We are not a commercial entity, and we are based in Jawaharlal Nehru University in Delhi. We have our own setups here in the JNU campus. DELNET also has the presence outside Delhi. We have our offices in Bangalore. We have our office in Hyderabad. Hyderabad as well as in Pune. So this entire network, which started way back as a city-based library network, in the very early stages, especially our young students may not be even be aware with those kind of facts when there was no internet, there were no computers. We are the ones who have grown out of those particular periods. We have witnessed, in fact, this dramatic change which has happened, the way the information has been handled, the way the libraries have been growing, and they have undergone this paradigm shift. In the very early stages when it got, and this entire work, we owe it to our founder, Dr. H.K. Kaul, who is no more with us. We lost him in the pandemic last year, and it was his vision which has resulted into making this network as a self-reliant library network. In today's day and time, we are networking more than 7,200 institutions which are the members of ours. So in the early stages, we used to impart the training to the library and information science professionals in using computers for their library automation activities. We used to offer the email services. This sounds quite ridiculous to even speak about that, what big things we were doing if, offering an email. But yes, in those times when we talk about 93, 94, that was a period there was no internet, there was no email connections, and we used to offer the email services to the institutions in the city of Delhi. All premier institutions of Delhi, we had been offering that support, and it was all being connected with Department of Electronics, which is now a full-fledged ministry, taking care of the entire country's e-governance, and all the the e-activities of the country are being undertaken. It was a small department at that time with the name of Department of Electronics. And we used to have our email services called as an X-mail, the very first email service introduced in India. And DELNET was also an organization which was helping the libraries in the city of Delhi in those times. Slowly, with the passage of time, the internet, the World Wide Web came into existence. Our services became operational overnight on the World Wide Web. And then we had lot many institutions from outside Delhi who started joining in. In the early stages, it was all a dial-up connection. Not many of you, especially our young students, may not be able to know how the modem used to look like, modems modulating and demodulating, and how it used to be helpful in the local dial-up connections. We used to offer, even provide those small little modems to the libraries in Delhi. So those were the times, nearly 30 years old scenario I'm sharing, because I feel blessed to be there for past 28 years with the organization. And then ultimately in the year 2000, we got the name of the organization got changed from DELNET Delhi Library Network to DELNET Developing Library Network precisely 21 years ago, because we were able to move out of the boundaries of Delhi. And as you could witness now, 7,241 institutions scattered across the country, and we do have our presence in countries including in Bhutan, Nepal, Sri Lanka. We have members in US and UAE also. And DELNET is now the single largest library network in entire South Asia. When we speak about and think about the entire South Asian continent, we stand at #1. At a global level, we are at #2. The largest network, for your knowledge, the largest library network of the world, it's in US with the name of OCLC. And we are the second largest one, and trying hard to see to it to surpass OCLC and to be among the most vibrant network at the global level too. So this network we have been able to grow, and with the main focus, the main aim, the main vision and the mission with which this network is working for past nearly 30 years now. The main focus remains on resource sharing. We strongly believe in sharing is caring. The more you share, the more you're able to demonstrate in a more vocal way that yes, you do care for the needs and requirements of whosoever is being connected with you. And that's the prime goal of this library network. This is the prime goal. This is the driving force. This is the zeal with which we are working. And that is to share the resources among our own selves. For each one of you, it's not that your user and my user. We strongly believe in that these 7,241 institutions have come together, joining hands. It's not only the connections, it's more the collaborations which are happening. And the ultimate goal is to help each other. whosoever is in need should get held by someone else who has a possession of that particular resource and should help each other. So that's, has made this network as a very fully functional and reliable library network. And the services and resources, when we talk about, they are being used across, you talk about any leading institutions of the country, whether you talk about in engineering and technology, you talk about in management, all leading IITs, NITs, IMMs of the country, they are the members of DELNET. In your own field of pharmacy, we have nearly more than 850 plus pharmaceutical institutions of the country which are connected through DELNET. We have nearly fairly around 750 plus medical hospitals of the country, all the leading medical hospitals of the country, right from CMC Vellore, KMC Manipal, Dinanath Mangeshkar Hospital, AIMS, All India Institute of Medical Sciences across the country. They are just being connected, through DELNET and taking our services all the time. And so the major focus, as I said, remains we concentrate on what we call the 5 C's. It's an ABC. So it's a C that we are. What are those C's? There's a visualization is definitely there. The vision is there. But what are those C's that we are, capital C's that we concentrate on? We concentrate primarily, number one, on the content. So when we say that we are networking the library, it's a net-like structure which is working. So what are we trying to network? We are trying to network the content. That's what we call the content networking. So whatsoever content is available in our member institutions, in one single window, you can see what is available in these 7,000 institutions. So content is the king. Content is something, that would make the things much more easier and comfortable for each one of you if we have an access to that particular content. And yet another important C is the clients, the users. We have got a wonderful opportunity today to interact with each one of you, and that's one of our major focus area. So for us, the two important aspects this, though at the same time, we are also the one who are keeping a very close tab on communications. How effective are you communicating? These are the things, which are a part and parcel of our every moment work. You have to be in a communicative state all the time, 24/7. As I said, we have medical hospitals, a close alignment with your own field of discipline, wherein, we are getting a request for an article, 1956 article, American Journal of Surgery, 9 o'clock in the night. The doctor has to get into an OT in the morning at 6 o'clock. Before getting into an OT, the doctor would like to refer to that article. You have only 10 medical reported the cases of that particular ailment, and the doctor wants to have a more better decision making by referring to that 60 years old article. So we are an organization who is providing a 24/7 support to our member libraries, because you have only one choice, and the choice is to help the user. So the communications for us remains as one of the major pivotal area on which we keep our focus on. And also at the same time, besides the communication, is the connectivity. All our online services remains functional 24/7. You want to access them. We do appreciate that you would be engrossed with your research work, with your academics and other things, and then you want to concentrate, and then want to consult our resources. Any point of the day or night you want to access these resources, they are very much available, and you can access that. And lastly is the last C is what we call the cost at which we are offering the services. So as I said, once you are doing the resource sharing, you're able to save a lot much of your own expenditures. You need not to buy the expensive titles, which are maybe perhaps available for 50,000, 60,000 rupees. You can get that resource on interlibrary loan, which is our very, very popular service. You're looking for a book to refer. You don't have a book in your library. You don't want to purchase that book either. Or sometimes the books are out of print. Even if you want to purchase, they are not available in the market. But you really want to refer to that title. So you can see where that book is available. DELNET is an organization which is most popularly known for interlibrary loan. You can be sitting in Mumbai, you want to get a book which may be available, let's say in Mangalore in one of our pharmaceutical institution, or it may be available in in West Bengal, it may be available with some of our institution. We can very well get you those particular resource at your own place. You will physically get that book at your own library, at your own place. you refer, you return it back to us. And the cost, as I was mentioning to you, is the DELNET membership fee. For the institutions, for past 21 years, we have not changed this fee. For past 21 years, it's the same fee that we are asking, only GST component, which we are paying to the government since 2017. But yes, through this network, you are able to save upon a large number of your own financial resources, which you can utilize it for many other purposes. So, and what DELNET charges you, let's say for this interlibrary loan, is the nominal courier or a postal charge. We will arrange that material. The book cost can be anything, any X amount it can be. And what you are going to pay to DELNET is for availing that interlibrary loan book is just the nominal, speed post charges or the courier charges, and then return back the book to us. So maximum 250, 300 rupees to and fro, both sides that you would be incurring to refer to a book which may be costing 30,000, 50,000. 8,000, as I said, sometimes the books are not even available even if you want to purchase them. So, but you would be able to reach out. Yet another important service for us is besides interlibrary loan, is the document delivery services. So document delivery for the journal articles. You're looking for some journal articles, we are going to show you online how you can download full text ebooks, how you can download full text e-journals, e-articles, from our online portal. And besides that, you're looking for some specific articles that you're not able to get it, you can straight away send us a request, and we have this document delivery services. So we have the library specializing, we have their resources, we know that who is subscribing to what, we will arrange, we will send it to you. If you're able to get a PDF copies from our member institutions, we will pass on the PDF copy to you. So there are no charges on complimentary for your academics, for your research and reference purposes that's being done. Or, for example, it happens very rare articles, very old articles that you're looking for. We may have to have only an option to send it to you, a print copy of it. So very nominal courier charges or the photocopying charges that DELNET will be asking you to pay for it. Charges can be paid later, so nothing to be paid in advance to us. So this is something to do about our resources. Union catalog of books, let me just share with you. As I said, that we have got this huge content networking remains our major area. And herein comes, we have the books catalogs, more than 3.5 crore books. In one single keystroke, you would be able to see what are those books, and you can search it in your own field of discipline, particular titles you can search for, and all these books are available for interlibrary loan. You can get them. Also would like to request Mrs. Akanksha to kindly help us out in getting the library records of your own college, because we would be happy to merge these records and they will be available through DELNET. We have launched a very special initiative of best practices in data sharing and data accessibility, and we will be very happy to have those records merged in the DELNET online. And you being a bona fide user, besides searching other libraries records, you can see your own library 24/7. You can see whether your library has got a particular reference or not, particular book or not. So I'm requesting Mrs. Akanksha to come forward in sending us those records so that we can merge them. And this is a major resource for interlibrary loan. I'm quickly, skipping now because we'd like to show you online our services. We have Union catalog of journals, the articles database. We would just show it to you. Thesis and dissertations also. We have directories 24/7. This I have already told it to you. We have interlibrary loan and document supply. Very popular service of ours in various disciplines. All the premier institutions of the country in any discipline that you talk about are the members, and they're greatly relying on DELNET for our support. And also, let me just share with you that when we that these resources that we try to get you not only from India, we do have reciprocal borrowing facilities with a number of countries, with a number of institutions specializing in higher studies. And because our ultimate goal remains, information, what you're looking for can be anywhere. It's not necessarily even to be that they may be there in the libraries. So our searches, those starts with the libraries, but we don't end our searches there. It can be there with anyone may have that resource, and the prime goal remains to fulfill your needs and requirements in a more timely fashion. We do offer a large number of reference services, also keeps on organizing a large number of programs. We also offer a software support to the libraries free of charge. We give a library automation software which has even the barcoding features and other things, so that can be done. We also have a consortia for ebooks and e-journals. We have a networking of technical institutions of AICT, a very special MOU which was signed way back in the year 2001. A large number of AICT approved institutions in the country are the members of DELNET. We also are the very first organization in India who created a Mark 21 record, and that's the default de facto international format in which the bibliographies in a library set up in a computerized environment needs to be done. And that work was done way back in the year 1998-99. So we are a very first Indian organization who created those Mark 21 records. We also are in the process of doing these knowledge centers. This is how we are 7237. And this you can see here now. Across the country, it's showing you the state which is giving us the maximum number of members is the state of Tamil Nadu. 952 institutions in the state of Tamil Nadu, including all leading engineering, technology, management, pharmacy, medical, arts and science colleges, universities, many more in different diverse disciplines. They are the members. And I'm very happy to share with you that your own state of Maharashtra is 921, inching towards bypassing now Tamil Nadu, and 921 institutions we have in the state of Maharashtra. We have our unit in Pune, we have our unit in Bangalore, which is one of our oldest unit taking care of our southern region. Andhra Pradesh and Telangana collectively, we have got around 1100 institutions. We have our unit in Hyderabad, and you can see the city of Delhi, the UT of Delhi, 297 institutions. The UT from where we started off almost 30 years ago, 297 institutions that we have in this concrete can't stretch. So whatsoever are the institutions here, they're already. And across the country you can see, right from Jammu and Kashmir, wherein we have the Kashmir University, Central University of Kashmir, Baba Ghulam Badshaw University, to you go to the southern tip of the country, Nagarcoil in Kanyakumari, we have the members. You talk about the northeast, we have the libraries which are the members, including in Assam, in Meghalaya, Mizoram and other places. Even we are able to reach out to the colleges. They are in such far-flung places that they have a postal delivery only once in a week. Only once in a week, in 7 days, they get a postal delivery, and we are able to help out and reach out to them. We talk about the western part of the country. We have in Gujarat 291 institutions. So across the entire country, you can see that we have the institutions which are being scattered, and they are there. And through our networking of these libraries, everyone is together, everyone is contributing to each other's needs and requirements, and that's the major purpose for which this network is working. So this is how we are outside India. We have members in Nepal, Sri Lanka, Bhutan. Even we are sending the books on interlibrary loan, international interlending we are engaged with. And this is something which really, really works. So I would just like to show you that, yes, it's all in academics. More and more academic institutions are the members of DELNET. We do have CSIR and DRDO labs onto the network, public libraries, government libraries, and also libraries of diplomatic missions. This is how we have been able to grow. Who can join any institution? You need not really look into this slide because you're already from our member institution. You are a bona fide member, and we really feel very happy to interact with you and to tell you about this. Agenda for future to hire many more. We are also being considered to be an agency for doing the networking of the public libraries in India. We are looking forward to the final implementation of them. Also to have many more state centers to come in. Also to have many more departments from South Asian departments outside India to join, to give the awards for the best lending. And this is our site. So what I'm going to do now is we are going to show you online because we would like to take you to the site and to show you that how this works. So this you can notice delnet.in, that's our website, delnet.in. I'm also very happy to share with you that last year we received a very prestigious award from Indian Institute of Public Administration, the award IAPA Award for Excellence in Public Services, which was announced in the gracious presence of our Honorable Vice President of India, Shri M. Venkaiah Naidu ji, last year in October 31st. So this is our website. So you need to remember DELNET, DELNET, and IN for India. So delnet.in is our website. And this is the link that you have for the new discovery portal. So see here, new discovery portal. You just click onto this. So once you click onto this, if you are accessing from your own college, which right now all of us are aware because of the pandemic situation, colleges are still not opened in the country. There's a partial opening has started. I was just reading, I believe, also in Maharashtra, they're most likely to start off now. Partial opening of the colleges. We all are really looking forward to the days when life can come back to the very normal what it used to be 1.5 years ago. So once you're in the college, it's an IP-based access will work. You need not, once you click onto new discovery portal, automatically it will get open. But currently, in the current situation, when you are at your place of residence, you want to access these resources 24/7. In all circumstances, both the things remains operational. That is, both the username password mechanism as well as the IP-based access. So it is up to the user wherever they are, then accordingly they can make the searches. So let me just tell you firstly, this is to tell you about the login. So MH, and then you can see MH is for Maharashtra, Principal KM Kundnani College of Pharmacy. So you can see here, that's how the abbreviation has been made. Password, I'm not divulging it over here and requesting Mrs. Akanksha to let each one of you knows about the password assigned to the college. And please feel free. This is for Mrs. Akanksha, that please feel free to give this login and password to as many students or the faculty members or anyone, the bona fide user of library services at your own institution. So once you give this is the landing page. And you can see here the name of your college appearing, Principal KM Kundnani College of Pharmacy. And herein comes now, we will just show it to you, the various features which are available in this portal. Now, firstly, you can see it says you are accessing Union Catalog of Books and Journals. So Union Catalog, the word union tells you that it's more than one. And this is what we were telling it to you, that we have got around 3.5 crore books records online. So herein are the resources, what is available in our member institutions. In these 7,200 institutions, the resources which are available, which are on their library shelves, that's what they are available for searching. And this is the place for which I was requesting Mrs. Akanksha that if once your library records comes off your library, we are going to merge them. And I will just cite you an example that how you will be able to even search your own library records also at the same time. So firstly, just to show you that how it works. Now let's say we are just wanting to make a search. It can be pharmaceutical, pharmacology, it can be anything. The moment you will write something, we have a feature what we call the auto suggestion. Automatically system is suggesting you. So you say see pharmacology and the future of man, and there are books which are being available. You just say pharma and you put a right asterisk mark, truncation mark. So it can be anything starting with pharma. This is just to tell you that how it works. You say books for loan. You are looking for some books. You're just wanting to see what are those books which are available in our libraries wherein the word pharma is there. You say sort date descending. That is, the latest books will come first. 2021 publication, 2020, 2019, and likewise. Even you can see over here, these are the abbreviations wherein the books are being physically available. You can see here, when we started off as a Delhi Library Network, we never used to give a too small case state code, because by default it was that the institution, that library is in Delhi, like JHCL, Jamia Hamdard Central Library. They have got a very rare materials even in your discipline too. And now when we moved out of Delhi in the year 2000, when the name of the organization became DELNET Developing Library Network, we started giving a too small case letter code. Let's say you can see here MH for your own state of Maharashtra. So a library in Maharashtra would be represented by MH, KN for Karnataka, TN for Tamil Nadu, TG for Telangana, HR for Haryana, RJ for Rajasthan, PB for Punjab, WB for West Bengal, and likewise. Now you can see here there is another one. You have got GJ, you have yet another GJ, you have so various locations across the country you would be able to see. Now, let's say, for example, now even here, once we have given pharma, so it's saying on pharmaceutics, on pharmacology, how many hits, how many books are being there? You say date descending. That is, you want to see what are the latest books which are being there. So you can see here a book of 2021 on pharmaceutics to TG. So the moment you will take the cursor by TG, you know this is in Telangana. So Vijaya College of Pharmacy, Hyderabad has got this book. Now see here, yet another book, Pharmacology and Pharmacotherapeutics by R.S. Hatoskar to 2021, this year's publication. KR from Kerala, Amrita Institute of Medical Sciences and Research Center in Kochi, one of our great takers of our services, they have got this particular book. You can just keep on moving down. Now see here, KN, Karnataka, Father Muller Medical College has got this particular book of 2021. Keep on moving down and you would be able to now see the various libraries. I'll also see here, MH for Maharashtra, SMBT College of Pharmacy, Igatpuri. So they have got this book in Nasik. So what will happen once your records also come, so your location code also will be like MH, KCP, and you can search within your own libraries. I'll just show it to you one example in that. But let's say, for example, we have a feature here what we call as a Google book. So you can see here of the different libraries. SDM College of Medical Sciences and Hospital in Dharwad has got a book. KR, you can keep on moving down and can see. And I'll just show it to you. RJ, Rajasthan, the books are being there. And now see here, there is a book of 2020, Pharma, Greed, Lies, and the Poisoning of America by Gerald Posner. 2020 publication. This book is also on Google. If you click onto this Google preview, you're able to see the content pages of this book. As all of us knows, the Google does, kind of a, so you can see here, the titles are being there. The content pages and the selective pages are there. And now let's say, for example, you are wanting, so the books which are available out of this entire, now, yet another book which is on Google. So if you click onto this, so it's going to show you, again, the content pages of this specific title. Pharmacology and toxicology, second year diploma in pharmacy. So for them, this book, it seems that it holds importance. You're wanting some selective chapters from the book, we can always, let's say drug acting on eyes, you're wanting this chapter or these two chapters, drug acting on respiratory system. So we can always arrange and can send it to you, the selective chapters over the email itself. We can arrange that. Or for example, you have gone through the content and you're wanting to get this book. So you say get more details. And once you say get more details, entire details of the book is there. You can just copy, paste it in the mail, send the mail to Mrs. Akanksha. You can mark a copy to us. We are just going to let you all know that our email IDs. And what Mrs. Akanksha has to do is, there is an option to register this request online. So you say request a book, requesting this book on interlibrary loan. So physically, this book will come to you. Physically, you are going to get this book and then you can utilize it and you can use it for 4 weeks period and the book will be sent back, to us. So this is how it really works. This is something to tell you that how this interlibrary loan thing works, and you can copy and paste it. You can see here the title. So it's also a very good tool for to assess what are the titles which have been published, and then email this search. You can email this record sets to your own self. I think we need to change the email IDs here, and you just can send this as an email. So this entire set, with a link will come to you, and you can very well refer to it. You can come back again, using the same very link. So this is how it really works when we talk about for the books on interlibrary loan. That is, this is whatever you are searching here in this is in metadata, showing you what is available and where it is available in our member institutions. You can get that material on interlibrary loan. Now I'm going to show you and take you to this knowledge gainer portal, which is a complete contrast. The contrast is because it is an entirely full text ebooks, e-journals, and e-articles you will be able to download using this. So we are just going to show it to you that how it works. So it is 1.58 crore full text ebooks, e-journals, e-articles in various disciplines are available. Let's say, for example, we'll just make a search again for pharma here. So let's see what are the kind of hits that we have. 53,000 666 hits are there. You can see here, it's showing you whether the word pharma is available. And even it tells you that how many of them are articles, ebooks, and institutional repositories. So out of 53,666, you have got 52,913 articles. They are all full text articles. 462 ebooks. They are all full text ebooks, IERs. So just to show you an example that how it really works. So now let's say, for example, you can see here the very first article, validation of the Chinese non-pharmacological therapy experience scale in persons with intellectual disability. It's in Wiley journal, which is being there. You just say get full text. So once you click on to the get full text, so the entire full text copy of that particular reference will be available to you. You can just can see it over here. You can even use this PDF. You say a PDF copy. So once you say the PDF, the entire article will be there in front of you. So you can see here, 88-page long article that's there in front of you, this entire article. It's a Wiley article. And this entire article, using this down arrow key, you can even download it. So now you can see here, this entire article is being downloaded under C drive. So under C drive now, in your own drive, in your own system, in your own hard disk, you have downloaded this entire article and you can read this article whenever you want it. Similarly, you can even go for, let's say we want to go for an ebook, and you can see these are the ebooks which are there, pharmaceutical crystals, veterinary pharmaceuticals. You can just see non-pharmacologic therapies, and these are again the full text. So you can see here how many full text ebooks are being there. 462 full text ebooks are available. Let's say the first one for pharmaceutical crystals. So you say get the full text. So once you say get full text, the system is going to take you and it says download the PDF. Say, you want to download, this is the title, but you just want to download this entire full text, this entire book. So you can see here now this entire ebook is getting downloaded. So 150 page long this ebook is there in front of you. So you can see here you have got the contents page of the book. This entire book of 150 pages, I'm just going through. You can see here page number 115, 29, and here it goes, 150 page. So this entire book content is there. This is on pharmacy crystals. We'll be knowing more about this. So you can download this. You click onto this. You click onto this save, and now see here under the C drive, the book is there with you. And this book, you can utilize it whatsoever way you want it for your own work. You can make the best use of this. So similarly, you can make searches on anything whatsoever you are wanting. You can make the searches. Let's say you do it on biochemistry. It's on biochemistry, you're looking for some material. So you can see here now 2,144 hits are there on biochemistry. You are able to see the number of hits which are being there, how many articles, how many ebooks, and you just say that you want to have an ebook. So you can see here now again. So you can see here the titles which are being there. You can go again to any one of them. Any one of these books that you are wanting to refer to it, you can always go. Let's say clinical biochemistry you are interested for, you can click onto it, and the entire copy of this book will be there with you, and you can download it the way that we have just shown it to you. You can download it, you use it, you refer to it, and there are no limitations on the number of ebooks that you can download or on the number of journal articles that you can download. As much as you want to download for your own research work, you can do that. Also would like to tell you that if you are using Mendeley, we would strongly advocate that you should try to make a use of Mendeley, which is an open source reference management tool. And you can see here 426 pages. That's the reason it was taking a little more longer. 426 long page book on clinical biochemistry. That's the title is there in front of you. So this entire book is there. You can can utilize it. You can just download it. Same thing, just download it, clinical biochemistry. Once you open, now it's under the C drive. So, and in your own system, this particular title has come, and you can just utilize. Similarly, you can give whatsoever are your focus areas, and you can utilize this. So please remember, Knowledge Gainer portal is a portal which gives you. It also says access full text, ebooks, e-journals, e-articles. So you are able to do that, and you will be able to make the best use of this. Now, we'll just take you to. Besides this, we also have now in the e-journal section. Well, before I forget, let me just also tell you about our email IDs so that at any point of time you are wanting to access these resources, you are wanting to get any help, you can write to us. These are two email IDs and also our email ID of our Pune unit, delnetpune@gmail.com. And the two email IDs you can always send us if you're looking for any journal articles that you are not able to get and find it in our online system, or you have your own ready-made bibliography with you, you can straight away send us the request for this. You can drop us an email, put Mrs. Akanksha in the CC, saying that I'm writing to you from Principal K.M. Kundnani College of Pharmacy. We are looking for these 5 articles for my own work. Can you just arrange? So as I told you earlier, if we are able to get you the PDF, we'll just straight away send it to you on the email. We can even send you the print copies, and in case of it, we are sending the print copies, the nominal courier and the photocopying charges has to be paid for that purpose. Now we are just going to take you in the e-journal. See here, there are pharmacy e-journals. In the pharmacy e-journals, these are again the full text journals in the field of pharmacy. You can go to any of these journals, 393 journals that we have got it over here. We'll just show you and take you an example. Now, let's say, for example, International Journal of Pharmaceutical and Pharmacological Research, and you just want to refer to these articles, you can click on to the particular link, and you can see here, says, let's say, volume number 4 of 2021. And you can see here now, these are all the full text articles. So you can see brief communication COVID-19 in the midst of malaria, cold and flu in Nigeria. You can click on to this article, download the PDF. And once you do that, you would be able to see the entire article full text. So you can see here, this is the entire article which is there in front of you. Same way, you can download this article also. Similarly, you can go to any of the section. You can go to any of the journals. You can browse through the links, and you can be in a position to see that. Let's show you yet another journal. Similarly, you can do that. You can go to any of the journals, and then you can be in a position to open them and then able to make the use of them. And it is taking a little longer. It's coming, yeah. So as I said, you can always so you can see here, these are the issues which are there. Let's say September issue you're wanting of this journal, and even you can see that this particular journal is also indexed in MBase, which is an Elsevier product. So the journal holds a good relevance as it's also being available. You can see here how many views and how many downloads. Radiotherapy against SARS-CoV-2 risk or benefit. So someone has written an article, and you can see even a small little brief abstract also of this, and you click onto this PDF. And once you click onto the PDF, you can see here, this is being downloaded, and this entire article is being there with you. So this entire article, you can go through it, you can refer, and this is again with the down arrow key you can do. So it's always good enough. You can even see the kind of a research which is getting reported in the medical journals in your own field of discipline. A review on evidence-based clinical research in traditional medicine for combating COVID-19. So you can see that this is from University of Colombo in Sri Lanka. And again, you can click onto the PDF and then see an updated review on the therapeutic potential of Prunus armenica. So you can see excessive drug therapy, environmental pollutants, hepatic cancer, and alcoholic intoxicants are the main cause of liver disorder. So this is someone who has done a research. So you can go to any one of them, and you can see here yet another article, in traditional medicine for combating COVID-19 from Institute of Indigenous Medicine, University of Colombo. So it's just like our Ayurveda and others. So the similar kind of a study being done from University of Colombo. So you can browse through any of these journals at your discretion, whatever you are wanting, you can refer. And you can just scan International Journal of Clinical Pharmacy, Journal of Clinical Pharmacy, anything that you are wanting, you can go Integrative Pharmacy Research and Practice. You can go to these journals, and accordingly you can do the reference work. Also, there are a couple of theses and dissertations. Yale Medicine Thesis Digital Library. This is a very good resource, though to be very frank, I have not seen that how many of the pharmacy content is available, but this is entirely from the Yale. This is a Yale Medicine Thesis, but one can try giving the word. Let's say on pharma, if I can, so as I said, I have not really seen that how many, but yes, 835 hits which are being there. And you can go to these heads, evolution of restraint in American psychiatry, but there would be, even if we just try to give the word pharmacy, not just simply pharma, but let's say pharmacy if we give. So let's see what are the hits which are being there. Yes, 115 which are being there. Prescribing and dispensing of medicines used to treat non-communicable diseases in Uganda. And these are the theses which are being submitted to the various, to the Yale, medicine. And you can even see the period and all that. You can try, because some of them falls into, yes, some of them falls into their own only restricted for them, but you can always scan. Majority of them, they are indeed being available for a download, or even it tells you, yeah, now see here, this is a thesis which is in a full text. So this is a Yale University 165 page childhood pneumonia in Nuwakot district in Nepal, perceptions management and the impact of community intervention. So you can see here some of the thing, that you may like to, the entire 165 page. So entire 165 pages are being there, and you can utilize them. You can download it, the entire thing. You can see here, even from this side, it's taking the little time, but you can always scan with this down arrow key. You can save it on your own system, download it, and now you can see this entire copy of this. So it's entire copy of this thesis. So similarly, you can make some of the, your own reference, whatever are your own areas. So you can see here, this is entire pages are there, 165 pages. They are over here, so you can always make the use of them. So this is to tell you in a brief, because there are not many resources, and then you have to really look into specifically that what are you wanting for your work. But we do have a large number of resources which can definitely can get utilized. I'm just trying to see if we have, yes, this is more to do with the other subjects, but you can even, for example, chemistry, you can be able to see some of the journals in chemistry, which would be of some good relevance to the students, that even you can go for. There are 44 journals, and you can try to also see them. So these are the resources that you can always go for. We have the, this is also to answer one of the question posed by Mrs. Akanksha, how to generate the user statistics. This is a link, Akanksha, that you need to click on to user statistics. It asks you for a password, and that password we are informing through our written communication. We have a user manual, know your ILL book status. For example, if you have requested for a book right now, it's going to fetch a 0 because no book request has ever made from the college. But once you do that, even you can check the status also of that. So I'm almost through. I just want to also tell you that we do have this language learning portal, foreign languages in English, especially for our young students. You want to learn some of the other foreign language. This is from British Broadcasting Corporation, the most authentic source. So you can be in a position to learn many of these languages: French, German, Greek. You can just click on French, and then you can see, and even you can download this app on your mobile also. So you can download this app, you can see social phrases, celebration on the beach, getting around. So what are the, to learn the French language. So any of these languages that you want, you can utilize this resource. So this is the foreign languages language learning portal. Our institution, especially the students, are making the best use of them. It has been a pleasure interacting with each one of you. I would just quickly, before I make the floor open for questions, I would just like to quickly ask you a question. And the question is now in front of you. Do you feel that you would make the use of DELNET resources and services? I would like to request you, if you may kindly give your, again, a candid, frank feedback that do you feel that you would like to make the use of these resources that we have just shown to you. So glad enough to see that, fairly around 99% of you, there are 1% who has said no, may like to explore and find it out from them that what are they thinking that we may not be able to offer. But yes, thank you very much for this very convincing reply to this question, and we really look forward that many more interactions to come from each one of you and to make the best use of these resources. I'm keeping the floor open now for questions. So the floor is now open for questions. Please raise your digital hand if you want to ask any question, and we will be very happy to give you an audio control, and you can pose the question to us. So floor is open for questions, and we really look forward that if you have any question that you're pondering about and you want to know about it, we have, firstly, let me just take Nalini Kurup, who may like to ask a question. Nalini, I have unmuted you. I'm requesting you, please unmute yourself and you may ask the question. Nalini, could you please unmute yourself and ask the question? Nalini Kurup. Nalini, you have logged in at 2 places. That's what I could see from here. And I think that's leading to the issue, because you have to log out from one of the devices, because it's showing that you are logged in from 2 different devices, and that would be leading to an issue in unmuting yourself. If you have any questions, please unmute yourself, and firstly, raise your digital hand. On the right side of your screen, you would be able to get a link for a digital hand. Just click onto it, and we will be able to know. We have Rishikesh Kulkarni who may like to ask a question. Rishikesh Kulkarni. Rishikesh, I have unmuted you with a request. Yes, we are connected, Rishikesh.
Hello, ma'am. Am I audible?
Yes, yeah, very much, Rishikesh. Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, ma'am. Thank you so much for introducing us to such a wonderful portal by which it would really help us to, gain knowledge and um, carry out our research work and whatever project or whatever we want to do. My
Great.
question is like
Yes.
sometimes we come across some research papers which are, regarding some topics which are in a different language. For example, some research papers might be in Chinese language or Japanese language, and sometimes it's very difficult for us to, translate or something. So does DELNET provide us this opportunity that if those papers can be translated in simple English or something, or or do we get
Rishikesh,
some different research?
yeah, this is Rishikesh. This is one of the area that is multilingual, dealing with the multilingual content, vernacular languages, foreign languages. This is now one of our major focus area, because by default, even researchers in today's day and time, what they are accessing and referring to in their research is primarily all in the English language as a default, language. And yes, you are very right that a large number of research gets reported in the various journals, international journals, of the various foreign languages, and translation remains one of the major, crucial part to take care of by a researcher or a scholar. Translation services has been in place. Libraries have been the ones who have been helping users in getting it translated. But let me be very, very honest in confessing that those services are, when we do a kind of a manual approach for it, finding, let's say, for example, a Chinese expert to, translate that. So two important things, not only the language, but also subject knowledge. So the person has to be a pharmacist, who has a very good exposure to the pharmacy, who may help you out in translating that particular content. Having said that, I would like to tell that we are in the process, because we are able to know, the gravity of the situation. We are able to assess that not much of the content, even besides the foreign languages, our own Indian content is available in not many languages, what users are not able to do. Our own library professionals, they are not able to, computerize them in that particular script. So they are taking by default the romanization that they are doing it and then making it available. But now comes the question that we are trying to see, can we use a technology, a machine translation? Can we do a machine translation with a disclaimer, conveying it to the, to the reader that yes, this is a machine translation which is there. Even, for example, we are soon launching a portal, what we call the Vision portal, video sites online, which will contain the most authentic videos in varied fields of knowledge, including in pharmacy. We have done a fairly big part, and we are even making that platform open for member institutions. If you want your HODs and faculties lectures to be made available on that, giving them a platform. So you have to, Rishikesh, wait for some time, because we are trying to make the use of this, but the machine translations has, at least you're able to get something out of it. But as I said,
Yeah,
the subject knowledge is also very important. So
true.
there are no avenues. There are, if you talk about the translation tools, there are a number of translation tools, but the problem is the accuracy, and you can't afford to, misinterpret. Even one single line can entirely make your research work topsy-turvy, if you're not able to
Yeah.
interpret the, in the right way. So that's the reason the authenticity of these translation tools in the online environment, whatever is available, they're not having that kind of the higher acceptability when we talk about in the research work. Simply getting kind of the feel about the document or something, that's okay. But if you want to do it for research, you need to have a very authentic thing happening. So you have to wait,
True.
but at any point of time, if you have any specific request like this, like for example, just to tell you, we do have institutions like Institute of Chinese Studies, ICS in Delhi. So one can approach, some paragraph is there, one can approach someone, or a one page, one can approach some of our own member institutions specializing in that, requesting them, can you ask some of, like, for example,
Yeah.
French. We have not many French institutions onto our network, and we do have our librarians who are knowing French. So we can help out, in at least getting a 1 or 2 pages
Yeah.
translated. So that's what this network does. So it's not just simply concentrating on the static resources. So we go beyond them and then see, because our prime goal remains, how can we help you, how you are looking
Yes.
for a translation. So in such scenario, I request you do give us a chance, and we would try to explore and see, how well we will be able to help you out. But thank you
Sure,
very
ma'am.
much,
Thank you so
Rishikesh, for
much. Thank
joining
you,
in.
ma'am.
Thank you. We do hope you would make the best use of our resources. Yeah. And you have any questions, we would be really happy. And this is what I would really like to request you all. Anything that you're not able to find, do drop us an email. Even you will be getting our emails as a thank you note from us. And keep that email. If you have any questions, you can write to us. You can put Mrs. Akanksha also in the CC, so that she knows that you have written to us, and we'll be really happy, to be of any assistance. It seems that we are towards the closure, because there are no anyone else who may like to ask a question. And we really hope that this webinar would in some ways help you out in making the best use of our resources. We really look forward to hearing more often from you, and it was indeed a pleasure interacting with each one of you. Just quickly would like to mention that at sharp 5 o'clock, you are going to receive a certificate of participation from us. So that's with great appreciation for each one of you. And that will also carry our email address. So you're most welcome to drop us an email, and we'll be really happy enough. And requesting Akanksha also to ensure that each one of you, the bona fide users of the college, they get the login and password to access to DELNET online resources. So once again, I would like to convey our sincere thanks to the principal, Dr. Joshi, also to Dr. Rajni Athwale, the HOD, and Mrs. Akanksha, in each of our other library staff members, and also most importantly, each one of you for being there this afternoon with us. And it was really indeed a pleasure interacting with each one of you. It's over to you, Akanksha, and thank you very much for all your sincere efforts, which I truly greatly appreciate. She was the one who has been doing it right from the very first day, and because of her, she really very proactively and has been following up with us, and truly appreciative of your spirits too. Thank you very much. And once again, wishing you all a very happy Pharmacy Day. I'm really, really very happy that we have organized this webinar, which has coincided, with that. So wishing you the very best, and really looking forward to hearing more often from each one of you. Over to you, Akansha.
Thank you, ma'am. I would like to give an immense thankful to Dr. Sangeeta Kaul and entire DELNET team on behalf of KMK for availing us with plethora of knowledge about DELNET. I would surely like to collaborate with all our library details or all our thesis, all our research which have been there in our library. So it will be on the DELNET platform, and other students can also make use of it. Thanks for motivating all our faculty, research student about this digital books journal and its affordability. I would like to thank to our principal, Dr. Urmila Joshi, Dr. Rajni Athavle, Professor and HOD of Pharmaceutics, and entire faculty and teaching and non-teaching staff, and all the students for supporting in organizing this webinar and making this webinar so successful. Once again, thank you so much, Sangeeta ma'am. It is
Thank you.
a very knowledgeable seminar, and hope all of our students will make use of it.
Surely, we'll make it sure, yeah. Thank you very much, Akanksha. Thank you so much, each one of you. With this, we are closing the specific webinar. We really look forward to having many more opportunities with each one of you to interact once again. Stay happy, stay blessed, do stay connected with DELNET. It was a profound privilege for us in organizing this webinar. And once again, a very warm, sincere thanks to each one of you for making it a very special afternoon for us. Thank you very much. Stay happy and stay blessed. Thank you. God bless you, one and all. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, all of you.
Thank you. Thank you.